planer is a machine tool designed to create precise flat surfaces and cut slots with efficiency. A planer in any form is used to machine flat surfaces, horizontal and vertical angular. The planer compared to a shaper is larger in size. To operate a planer, the workpiece slots move between points during operation, whereas the workpiece slots remain stationary in the shaper. It employs a single point cutting tool. It is almost similar to a shaper machine, but a planer can handle much larger work and heavier cuts can be taken. This machine can be credited to General Bentham.
There are different types of planer: standard or double column planer machine, open side type planer machine, pit planer machine, edge or plate type planer, and divided table planer. Standard or double column planer is the most widely used type of planer machine. It is characterized by a long, heavy base on which a table reciprocates an accurate guideways. An open side type has housing only on one side of the base. The cross rail is suspended from the housing as a cantilever. This feature allows the large and wide workpiece to be clamped on the table and reciprocated over the cutting tool.
A pit planer, meanwhile, are suitable for work that are too large for standard planers. This design saves on floor space. The length of the bed required for this type of planer is a little over the length of the table. An edge planer is a way different from an ordinary planer, as its primary function is for squaring and beveling the edges of steel plates, as well as different pressure vessels and shipbuilding works. Lastly, the divided table planer that has two tables. This may be reciprocated separately or joined. This is a time saver in terms of setting up to work.
Presented on your screens are the common types of planer. Aside from those, you may notice that some parts are labeled. These are those essential parts. Let's get to it one by one. Looking the planer, the common parts of a planer are the bed, column, cross rail, table, tool head, and table drive. The bed is the heavy and rigid casting. This supports the columns and the moving parts of the machine. The columns, or known as uprights, are vertical structures that are fastened on the sides of the bed. Their primary function is to absorb forces due to cutting. The cross rail, meanwhile, is another rigid casting. This gives guides for the transverse of the saddle. This also controls the feed rod and screw.
Aside from those, table is another part of the planer. This is a broad surface for holding the work. This has T-slots for bolting and holes for stops. The tool head is similar to a shaper's tool head, which has a feed screw to move it. Lastly is the table drive. This is from one of the three methods like rack and spur gears, spiral, rack, and crank.
Cutting tools used on the planer are similar to those used on the lathe. However, the planer is used to machine flat surfaces, while circular surfaces are machined in lathe operations.
In addition, there are also planing operations for various surfaces. This include for horizontal surfaces, angular surfaces, curved surfaces, and helix ones.
Planing horizontal surfaces is to use the machine to level and smooth flat surfaces, commonly on wood or metal. Planing at an angle means using the machine for angled surfaces on a workpiece.
Planing curved surfaces can be used for shaping components, especially those used for ergonomics and decorations. Planing a helix is used on metal and woodworks where grooves and threads are needed.